We shift our focus to this story now. Eskom systems seem to be experiencing technical glitches at Zola and Soweto, and officials have resorted to capturing data manually. This as hundreds of customers flocked to Eskom offices today to have their prepaid electricity meters activated. The power utility has extended last night's deadline to reconfigure the meters for non-paying customers and those whose meters are either damaged, lost or have been bypassed. All right, joining us for more on the meter recoding is SABC News ReporterCalvin Dludla. Good afternoon, Calvin. So you spent the day today with some of those who are considered to be zero buyers. This is the term that we now know all understand. Just talk to us before we get to the queues and how long they are. Just talk to us about this grace period that has been afforded to these zero buyers.
Good afternoon to you, Mfundo Mabalane, and to our SABC viewers at home. Yesterday, we went to Soweto and the foreign areas of Soweto. There were a lot of people. There were a lot of people there. You'll remember that Eskom ended their recording deadline yesterday because Eskom was recording from KNR 1 to KNR 2. So he dealt with those who are paying and then he said, no, let me just deal with those, and then those who are called zero buyers, I will deal with them from the 25th of November, which was today. All right, and how are the queues looking? Very long. Long winding queues. People were there. I started counting and I ended up forgetting the number, countless. I think I stopped at around 1,000. My goodness. People there complaining already, saying that Eskom employees are lazy, they are not working, and I think it was in Zola. There were technical glitches and they were offline. People told SABC News that some of them, they slept there. But they did admit, I have to say, that they have not been paying for electricity. Most Voxes that I did with them, they admitted that they have not been paying electricity. Some of them, they don't even have meter boxes. And some of them are buying electricity.
For them to be so quick to talk about laziness and technical glitches when the system is clearly overwhelmed because they're coming after the fact, they didn't appreciate that perhaps this is as a result of them not paying, that here you're experiencing technical glitches in the system because the system has already gone beyond the deadline. It's now assisting people who are zero buyers. Yeah,
I asked them as well that because you are too many, and now Eskom now needs to deal with a lot of people, and they told us that no, they are sorry and they will try by all means now to cooperate going forward.
And then the penalties, do they appreciate that there is that penalty that they would have to pay now as zero buyers going forward?
They do understand that they have to pay. Remember that, as I have mentioned, that all of them today are those who were not buying electricity, so they are guilty. So Eskom decided to penalize them. They have to pay 6,052 rand each. So that they can get new meters, but they complain to Eskom that they are not working. Some of them are trying by all means to make the ends meet. They don't have money. So Eskom said to them, no, it's fine, let's work, let's have this deal. You're gonna pay me 500 a month, 500 rands a month up until you finish. But when you pay, then that is why I'll be able to assist you. But if it happens that you don't, you do again tamper with the system, then you won't have electricity forever.
But I know with some, even that 500 might possibly be steep. But when speaking to Eskom, when do they say they assume they'll finish this whole process of recoding these zero buyers?
They started today, the 25th of November, and then they are hoping that by Friday, this coming Friday, they will finish working on these ones. But Eskom is trying by all means, I have to say. Today, after those long queues, Eskom officials came and they assisted them. You know what they are doing now? They went to those lines and scanned them. They took their numbers and they wrote them down. What they are going to do, they are going to send SMSs to those customers, and they will give them certain numbers that they will use as codes or references when they go and pay. Then they will have to take those slips and go back to Eskom. Then Eskom will then send their people or officials to each house so that they can be able to provide them with new meters. But Eskom warned them that if it happens again that they tamper or they cheat, then it's a problem for them.
All right, Calvin, thank you very much for that update. That's SABC News reporter Calvin Dludla, who's been monitoring the recoding of the meters for those that are called zero buyers or non-vending, those who possess the non-vending meters.